You want the best mock draft in the business? Well, get ready. It's coming up on the Wincinnati podcast.
Yes, sir. Hello, world. We got a special show as always. TJ Hushmanzada, Jimmy King, Coach Jimmy Burrow.
How do you balance being a professional athlete and family operator?
He's the top 5
All time?
and shock the world.
Draft week is finally here. We are coming to you on the eve of the 2023 NFL Draft. Ace, Zim, Sovah, fellas, how you guys feeling?
Feeling very good, man. I mean, draft week is here. We're literally counting down to the draft. Can't wait to get our newest Bengals on the roster for sure.
I'm rocking and I'm rolling and I'm ready to get this thing on. I've gone through so many scenarios that I've seen online. I haven't done as many mock drafts as the normal human being, I think. So I'm excited to get this thing going. So, let's get it on. Let's go.
So before I get to the rules and how we are going to handle this mock draft, are there any special requests that you guys are looking for, like a guy or a position that you just have to come away with before we get started?
Zim, how do you feel about a tackle in the second round? I think we talked about this in spaces, like possibly trading if he is there.
It depends on the board in the first round. If I go, I think the board will kind of present itself to us.
Yeah,
and there are a couple circumstances where I don't know if y'all saw the Lyle Collins one. I know Ace, you talked to me about it a little bit, but
yeah,
judging off of his health and everything like that, I just feel like if you're not drafting the tackle or offensive lineman in the first, second, maybe guard like third, fourth, or whatever, then the depth behind them. I mean, you got Jackson Carman, Jonah Williams, all these dudes behind them. Like that guy wouldn't play. So if there's going to be offensive lineman, it's going to be at the top for me. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So the way things are going to work here is we will go through all 7 rounds. You gentlemen will come to a consensus on each pick. There may be times where I will pause the draft and we will assess the draft board to see if there are players that we can't live without, but that we don't think will make it to us. So there may be a trade-up scenario. Trade downs are also a option based on when we look at the available prospects. So we'll just see how everything plays out. You guys ready to go?
Let me ask you guys this. Like, I want to ask you, Sovah, and you, Ace. Going into this draft, what is your overall goal to walk out of there? Like when you're going in and you're coming out, like, are you looking to get depth? What's your overall goal?
My overall goal is similar to the Chiefs last season, getting guys that can have an impact that are ready to play as soon as possible. Sooner the better for me.
I think for me, it's speed, trying to add speed at the skill positions and depth in the trenches. I think that was kind of exposed late last year. I know they won 10 in a row, so it's hard to think of being exposed at all. But towards the end of the season, I think they lacked the depth. Obviously, on the offensive line, they lacked the depth at pass rushing, and then they, could have used some more speed when TB went down. All right, you guys are ready to go here?
Let's do it.
All right, so curious to see. I'm guessing we get Bryce Young first overall, but let's take a look. And indeed, it is Bryce Young first, and we go quarterback back-to-back to start things off.
Is that a shocker that Will Levis went 4th to the Colts? Was that a trade-up or something? Oh, no, that's their pick, right? Yeah.
That's their pick, yep.
So if you're listening, 1-2 was Stroud and Bryce, and then they went Will Anderson 3rd, then Will Levis was 4th.
Then Anthony Richardson went to the Raiders. That was
Brian Branch, Forbes.
This is interesting.
Jesus.
Dalton Kincaid.
This is nasty.
Forbes have been taken. This is
So,
nasty.
as you
Right
see, lots of favorites here have gone. Manuel Forbes, Dalton Kincaid, Kalijah Cansey, my draft crush, Michael Mayer. These are guys that, you've seen in tons of Bengals
Jesus Christ.
mocks.
Mm.
So those guys are off the board. So here's what we're working with. Is it the tackle Anton Harrison? Do you look to fix the line? Do you look to fix the exterior of the line with a guy like Osiris Torrance?
Osiris Torrance is intriguing. I don't know if I'm taking him at 28 because he's been billed as kind of a second-round prospect. I think he is a guy that you could put in for Volson possibly and then increase that guard depth. But I feel like 28 might be a little rich.
Before you jump in there, Zim, so I just want to address something you just said there, Ace. He has a second round grade. So based on where the Bengals are picking, and it's very similar to last year, obviously.
For sure.
Their 28th pick, if they're the 28th team or 29th team picking every round, it's almost like being a second round. So where do you sort of, are you strict where you draw the line in terms of value? Like 32, that he has to go after 32, or are they so late that like there's no chance you're going to get Osiris Torrance in the back of the second round? So you're basically in for second round range right here.
Yeah, I agree. I think he is worth taking at this point. I don't think it would be a reach, whereas probably somebody like John Michael Smith, that would probably be a reach. I think Darnell Washington, his second round grade is a little different than Osiris. You got Brian Brzee there. I'm not huge on Brian Brzee. I don't know how
this is crazy. and just so everybody knows that is listening, like right now, if you're not watching this, it is nasty. Like all right, I'm gonna just tell you, out of all the favorites that everyone says, the consensus that I read online, the only ones that are still there, in my opinion, are Brzee, Jahmyr Gibbs, and damn, I was just looking at bro. Go down a little bit again. Gibbs and Darnell Washington. To me, those are the three. And in my mind, I'm going to be trying to like my first instinct. Once I saw Emmanuel Forbes, all the tight ends, all the edge guys, Kalijah Kancey, everybody's off the board. My first instinct was to try to trade out the pick.
So for me, the only thing, and Jake and Mon, shout out to those guys on the Bengals Post. Mon brought up a really good point about this. If you move out of the first to the second round, you lose the 5th-year option. So that's if we do move back, we do know that this guy's only going to stay here for 4 years.
Right.
So
you can still tag though, right?
You could tag. That is true. You could tag.
So,
it probably would
the
be
guy
more
is
expensive though. It probably would
for
be more
sure.
expensive.
If
they
guys,
work out. If they work
out. I'm about to say, if it was a guy like for real, then that would pop. Like the Chase Young trade proposal that we were talking about. Like I think somebody was talking about the 5th-year option of it, and I think his lined up because he drafted so high. I guess that's not a good example, but whatever.
How you feel about Will McDonald?
Too old.
Not really. Yeah, I'm not. So for me, it would probably be Osiris Torrance if we did stay here. Osiris Torrance, Jahmyr Gibbs. I keep hearing people say Jahmyr Gibbs. Darnell is probably in contention. Brian Brzee, Cam Smith. I mean, there's a couple guys you could take here, but I would probably go with Jahmyr Gibbs if it were me.
I want to get out the pick. I really do.
What trade offers do we have? Let's see.
How far are we worth?
We've got 8 available. Let's see how far we can move back. So I wouldn't mind moving back to 30 because we keep the 5th-year option. It takes 2 guys off the board, but the Eagles could take Jahmyr Gibbs. Let's see who's.
But if they took Jahmyr Gibbs, I would just go Darnell Washington or Torrance.
Okay,
I feel like I can still get Torrance.
That's true.
So the Colts.
35.
You're going down to 35.
All right.
Click 35. What do we get? I mean, what am I giving up if we take 35?
So if you ask for 35, you're giving up 20, and then you want to maybe see if you're not going to get that. You may get 106.
That's not enough for me, man.
Hold on. Click 79 and 35.
53% chance.
I would do 79. That's the only way. I would have to get a second round pick for me to give up.
Because then you would have 6. You have 60, 70, and 35 by giving up 28. I'm saying like all the Cam Smiths, all the guys that we were just talking about, there's a chance that they could drop to you at 60. You come back. I mean, we could trade back up if we had to. Let me ask you, we're not trading players either, right? We're not clicking either. All right,
not right
it's
now.
gonna get too. It's gonna get
unless
too
we take like a tackle or something, then we could ship Jonah off.
Because I'm about to say we are dealing with the Colts, so you know who we could go get.
Yeah,
we could go get Quinn.
So Carolina, you're starting to drop pretty
far. Okay, so it's between the first. So like, let's see what the Eagles would give us if we got 30, and let's say like their second or third pick.
By going back 2 spots. I like that this 79 and whatever
94. Yeah. Well, they're probably not giving us if they do that.
So give up 28 and 60.
So we just swap in 2 rounds.
Yeah, not nope. All right. Let's go 30 and 94 for 28. Let's see what they say to that. And then take 60 out. I mean, you get a third rounder, so we either get a third rounder.
The Colts one was better because you're getting second.
No, the Colts wouldn't give the second round. Well, there was a chance, I guess.
There was a chance. You can try that chance first with the Colts, and then if they don't accept,
I'm not getting out. If all right, let's say this: we're not getting out of this.
So this is still early 3rd round.
Okay. Oh, that's 3rd. Okay, so we might be better off with the other one. We move down 2 spots. We get our 3rd round pick.
No, you're moving around. You're moving down 7 spots.
No. In the other one, we're moving down 2 spots, and we get a 3rd round pick.
If you're listening,
and we get a higher.
I'm sorry that this is. We had to. The board was just so nasty. I just had to figure out something. Let me say this: say that they don't take this pick from us. Are we on one accord that we're cool with going Torrance 1st round?
Yeah. I would say that we're not giving them 92. Nah.
So in my mind,
this scenario right here. This would be swapping your first and just swapping.
No, we're only swapping the first. We're not giving them a 3rd.
Hold on, take away 92. Let me say that. If they took that, I would just give them. So what we're proposing currently, if you're listening, is we're proposing giving up pick number 28 and receiving pick number 30 and pick number 94. So we're moving back 2 spots in the out of the 1st round, and then we're picking up.
Yep.
And then Howie, let's see if they'll take it.
Talk to me. No, not accepted.
Okay, so now you want to go back to the actual thing. All right, so now it's Torrance versus Jahmyr Gibbs because they declined our trade.
Okay. Or do you want to entertain the Colts trade? Do you want to see if the Colts take that one? It's up to you.
We could try it. I'm telling you right now, I'd rather take Gibbs over Torrance. I know that kind of sounds crazy.
I would probably rather take Gibbs over Torrance too.
So, all right, well, let's try to go get now because, like you made a good point. If we do this trade and the Colts accept this, then the Eagles would take Gibbs. And if we're both are saying we want Gibbs right now, let's just take Gibbs.
Yeah, let's go Gibbs.
Okay,
Gibbs.
Because it's too risky.
Why is Gibbs the pick, guys?
Gibbs, I think, is Duke Tobin talked about the compliment to Joe Mixon, and that can mean a lot of different things. But in my mind, it means like to me, that's code word for this is the next guy in line to be the next running back eventually. Year 1, the impact is there. You still have a pass protector in Travion Williams if you got yourself in a jam like you had in the AFC Championship game. But the new Bengals offense is Jahmyr Gibbs on 3rd down, being explosive out in the flats. It's Joe Mixon 1st and 2nd down, and you got one of the best 1-2 punches of running backs in the NFL. And in the transition, maybe by week 3, week 4, Jahmyr Gibbs is just averaging so much more than Joe Mixon that now he's the lead back in this running back committee. Or maybe somebody gets banged up. But what you're doing is giving yourself a great insurance policy at the running back position and setting yourself up for the next running back in line after this season.
Yeah, I agree. And Jahmyr Gibbs has a little bit of that Kamara in him where he can contribute in a major way with limited snaps, right? You talk about you get him like 8 to 10 carries, you give him the P-Ron stuff, he could possibly score on one of those. So I think the damage of him and mixing together, I think like Zim said, it makes them, to me, on paper, the best 1-2 punch in the league.
I'm gonna tell you this. If we hinted at this. You asked me something right before the draft. I think it was you, Sovah, that was saying something like, "What would you have a hard stance on, or something of that nature, or whatever." If I took Gibbs, I was going to say this. I'm coming back in the second round, and I'm now changing one element of the team. I'm going to get stronger in the run game, and I'm going to do that by adding. Maybe it's Darnell Washington. Maybe it's DeJuan.
You see Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers is there. But maybe it's DeJuan. Maybe it's Darnell. Regardless, I'm in the second round. I'm going to help this decision make it make sense. Because remember, everybody always says, "Well, Zach passes too much." I think if the Bengals were to make this pick at Jahmyr Gibbs, they're going to say we're running 4 or 5 more times per game. You couldn't have this amount of talent and not run the ball that much. And how can I make it make sense? I need to make sure that my offensive line is like getting close to Eagles level. I need to get a top 5, top 10 offensive line.
So for you, this first pick is going to dictate the philosophy moving forward.
It has to.
Draft
you can't be a Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson guy. You can't be an early running back guy and then say, I'm not going to give him the resources around him for him to succeed, because then all we're going to do at the end of the season is show you a bunch of stats on how he got hit in the backfield.
Right. All right. Well, let's make the pick and let's continue the draft here and see how this goes down. So Jahmyr Gibbs, running back Alabama, is the newest Cincinnati Bengal. Ryan Brissy goes with the very next pick, and the Chiefs get Osiris Torrance. So they continue.
DeJuan Jones is gone.
Right. Yep, he's gone.
Whoa!
I was thinking about hitting them up for a trade, but
now we're getting the 46-48. Cody Mock is gone.
Darnell Washington just went.
He did.
Sam Laporta, Luke Musgrave, tight ends are going.
I thought we were going to pause this thing.
Julius Brents.
He went too early to move up, I think.
Okay. All right. We got some decisions to make here. So
running back in the bag. So a lot of fan favorites.
Charbonnet is there. Well, obviously we took a running back already. Keanu Benton is a guy that I wouldn't mind taking a look at for defensive interior help. Clark Phillips is more of a nickel corner. You would probably be looking at
Bergeron,
the heir apparent to Mike Hilton. Bergeron is a good tackle.
Can I? When you go past it,
that's crazy. Trenton Simpson is still available. Hold on. Hey, I don't. EPA.
Tucker Kraft is there.
Tucker Kraft.
I was telling some Chandler Zavala, I think we could get him in the third. I was telling someone that I thought that Tucker Kraft, in my mind, is better than. I think now after rewatching him, I like him better than Laporta. Laporta is a liability in the run game, 100%. I feel like Tucker Kraft is so much better receiving than what people think, and he's one of my favorite tight ends. I honestly think that there's an argument for him to be the third best tight end in this draft.
The only thing with Kraft is how much better do you think he is than like a Will Mallory?
I think he's much better, bro. I think that question would be posed to like Laporta and all them dudes, like all that. Like I like Laporta too, but I just think that Kraft is a guy. He was asked to get transferred after 2021 to Alabama because he goes to a smaller school. When you go watch him, man, I'm telling you, he has some really, really good stuff on tape. Now, it's not a full crazy season or anything like that, but his 2021 season is. So that's just a thought process I want to talk about with tight end.
Let's see what trades they have available. I just want to see that real quick. It's only 3 of them.
And after that, can I see like just a list of straight up tackles, straight up a list of guards, and then straight up list of cornerbacks?
So this is moving 10 spots back to 70.
No, this is we're at pick.
It's moving into the
we're at 60. We're at 60.
We're at 60. All right, let's see what else.
We will be getting out this second.
They don't have many picks. Oh goodness, 27. Nah, straight on that.
The Jets.
112,
They would have to
cool on
send
that.
a 2024 first rounder to
Yeah.
points.
Nah, we're good. I think we're stuck at
All right, now like
Zim.
Zim said, let's see the
Let me see. Let me see.
I think
Individuals.
Bergeron is easily the best tackle available. What you think? I'm not a huge
For sure.
fan of his, but I think that's where the value may be with Bergeron, Keanu Benton, Tucker Kraft. I mean, I'm looking at Trenton Simpson would be the fact that he can run off or rush off of the edge is a little crazy.
I like Jalen Duncan later on too. If we get to like the 4th, 5th round, as a guy that I think, whatever. Another sneaky kind of need too is at the backup center position.
Yeah.
To get Trey Hill up out of there. One thing I'm gonna be looking for is like a center/guard versatile piece.
Yeah.
And I want to target like Olatemi or like Whippler is like a guy that's really. The impact on Whippler isn't as good, but like Olatemi, I mean, we're talking about the best center in like the whole entire college football. Like,
let's see the defensive interior real quick. I just want to see who all is still available.
Is Abarame still there?
I don't think so. I think he's gone. Javon Dexter.
I don't like Dexter. I'm not that big on Dexter like that.
Oof.
This is rough.
Dante Skills.
Just so people know, Tariq Stevenson went just 2 picks before this. That's a person that I was looking at the cornerback position out of University of Miami. I was taking a look at. Kobe Turner isn't horrible. Keanu Benton might be like is listed as the best available. He has a 58 rank. I know that Pro Football Focus will give us a really good grade for the pick. I'm not really interested in the grades though. Can I see cornerback, please?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think a lot of them are gone.
Now, Travius Hodges Tomlinson. I'm gonna tell you another guy. Trice, his athletic profile and everything is amazing. Mm-hmm. Hodges Tomlinson, you talked about turnovers with Emmanuel Forbes. Tomlinson, I think, had like 3 picks this past year. He's very small. But he did win the corner. What is that? The Doak Award or something? No, that's the running back award. But the cornerback award or whatever. Yeah. He's a ferocious dude. Clark Phillips is like Mike Hilton clone 2.0. You would have like a backup slack kind of versatile piece too. I like some of these corners. Garrett Williams is really good, but the injury concerns, man, it's rough.
Let's see the overall board. This one is a tough one.
So, you could use some speed.
Tank Dell's just too small. That's the only issue with Tank Dell.
I like Tank Dell a lot too.
For the second round, like maybe 3rd or 4th, I would take him.
Oh heck yeah! If he's around, we all
Simpson is crazy. That's crazy that he's still available.
See, trading out of the pick, I can still get Tucker. If this was just me solely, I'm looking at Tucker Kraft, Marvin Mims, and Chandler Zavala if I had to back out of it. And then as a backup pickup, I'm looking at Mingo and Spears, right? But
let's see the tight ends. So
it's Kraft, but the ranking on them is going to be
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
He's the last good.
I'm not huge on Kraft, but Kraft. If this is what they're looking at, I honestly feel like Will Mallory is going to give you the same or similar production, but I mean, Kraft is the top tight end on the board, and I think even if you're looking at it from a consensus, it would be Kraft. So
it's Tulu down on us.
Is Tulu gone?
What's the pick?
Latu. Yeah. Latu. Nah, he's still there. He's more of a late guy.
No, not Latu. I'm talking about the defensive edge /3 tech.
Let's see edge real quick.
This is different. I ain't gonna lie.
Derek Hall is still there too, man.
I like Carl Brooks a little bit and Yaya. But I don't like none of them better than Kraft, bro. I'm telling. Hey, look, Gibbs and Kraft, first and second round. Your offense is explosive, but we are neglecting like the defensive side of the ball.
Defensive line. I personally like Derek Hall. I think he's been compared to Carl Lawson. But I mean, go ahead and take Kraft.
I think Hall might be. I think Hall might still be around in the third. He's ranked 87, and like this is the thing. When we get down there, we can ask Sovah to pause.
Okay.
We could pause and get back up if we had to. And you can go get Trent Simpson if you want it. His rank 71.
Honestly, Trent Simpson would be a best BPA pick.
PFF wouldn't think so. They'd give you like a C for that pick right there.
The thing about Trent Simpson is he's so versatile. He's very similar to, I think, like the kid out of Arizona / Micah Parsons. Like you can use him all over the place.
You want to go double running back?
Minnesota Vikings.
Hey, the mixing cutters will be on high alert. We could go Mayor Charbonnet and just say it down. Because Charbonnet's on the board if y'all watching this. This is tricky though. I'm not gonna lie. I like Kraft and I like Clark Phillips.
Who's the pick?
Yeah, you can go with Kraft.
Kraft, tight end.
All right.
From South Dakota State. Kraft, for me.
Trent Simpson.
Damn, somebody get Trent Simpson, Tippman.
Keanu.
And Phillips, and Benton, and Whippler. Everybody's gone. A-Chain, the speedster. Tyler Steen is a
All right, let's pause the draft here. Let's take a look at the board here. So we're at pick 76.
And we don't have a pick till 90, right? 92.
We're at 92.
Jesus Christ. We're watching all the guys go off the board. Yeah, can I look? When you're on that screen, can you go look at like the actual guys that are still available though?
I don't think so. It might mess up.
I could, but it doesn't look like it, unfortunately.
So like, all right, so let's say we want to get to pick 76 with the Patriots. You know that we're allies with them anyway in the draft day. So click 76. I'm gonna give you 92 and 163. No, damn. I'm not giving up my third and my. I'm not giving up my third and my fourth just to get right here.
There's Jonah.
That's how we're doing players.
Let's
you
see
know
what,
the Colts.
Let's see
You know
the take Jonah. Let's see.
Remember, hey, look. You know when we were on the Colts, that's a legit team. The Colts,
and you want to offer
Jonah Williams straight
up for that pick.
Jonah Williams straight up
for the third. That's what
don't forget Nick Saban and
87% chance.
You
ready to move
them more, man. You might need some more. You just want to move them?
Hold on. Give me their give me pick 135. Give me their 135.
Yeah, we'll take 135 as well, sir. 87 is crazy.
All right, no. All right,
184.
Right. Give me 184. Nah, give me 187. Jeez.
192.
76 to 192 for Jonah Williams.
Yeah. What's
you
up?
You may have to sweeten it with giving
throw 246.
Yeah, I have ourselves. Yeah, take our 7.
There we go. All right, let's go.
We're giving up a 7th, and we're trying to obtain a 6th and their current 3rd to the Patriots for Jonah Williams.
Yep.
And it was
Not
declined.
accepted.
All right, so let's go. Let's give them this. Let's take away the 192 and the 246.
Hold on. What players do they have available? Let me see which players they have.
I will pull the trigger on that right there.
Patriots, yes.
I'll pull the trigger on that right there.
Yeah, I will pull the trigger on it too.
I mean, they got the
Let's just go ahead and pull the trigger.
I mean, they got Isaiah Wynn, right? Don't they still got Wynn?
He's a free agent. That's who I was looking for. Was like another player swap or something like that.
So this is just Jonah Williams for a 3rd round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, let's do it.
Let's rock.
I think if the Bengals got that offer, they would do it. I think they would take the game.
We are on the clock.
Yeah, we're on the clock.
All right.
Now you can play. We can do whatever you want. The world is yours. You got an extra 3rd.
You can go Mims.
I want Zavala, bro, at 96. I mean, at 92. I don't know. Oh, he ain't gonna be there though. Damn.
What edges are left?
And remember, we took the running back early, guys. Carl Brooks is still there. Roshan Johnson is a guy that I think fits what we do very well.
Like Freeland, you could get Jonah.
I'll take Freeland in the
Zach
fourth.
Pickens is there. We could attack the defensive interior. I don't know what it looks like after Ivan Pace.
I like him, but I like him in the fifth.
All right.
So why do we get? I mean, we just got a third because we just the Bengals and we just cooking. So it is.
We got a third round pick. We got to make it count though. We came up for somebody, right?
We got the tight end. You wanna go wide receiver and go and knock out the whole.
You're gonna add some serious juice to your offense.
Rasheed Rice.
No. Hey, bro, that will be. Hey, look, running back, tight end, wide receiver. I mean, we got the extra third. We're playing around with how's money now. I'm gonna tell you this. I really like Trice. Can you expand Trice at the cornerback position? This is a guy that a lot of people really aren't talking about as much. He doesn't probably give you the turnovers that you want. He only had 2 interceptions this past season, but he only gave up 220 yards on the whole entire season in 2022. His RAS score and his measurables and everything about him is super, super athletic compared to a lot of these dudes. In a lot of ways, it kind of reminds me of the Cam Taylor-Britt pick. This is in the 3rd round. Exceptional value. You will have guys like Alan George on the outside looking in. I think this guy will overtake Sidney Jones probably year 1 at some point. But that's a cornerback that I like.
Do you like him more than Hodges Tomlinson?
I like Tomlinson just as well. I like both of them.
Sidney Brown.
I like the if we didn't go so crazy with tight end and running back with round 1 and 2, I'd have took a wide receiver right here.
Yeah.
Remember,
I still got some options at receiver.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like we got some good
I
receivers.
would honestly
8 round running backs.
If we don't, let me see defensive interior. If we don't take one now,
I like
know if we should
too.
take one at all.
I'm a Wolfpack, but I kid you not, Zavala is much stronger than what people think. He's super pro ready, interior offensive lineman. He gets to the second level. He's big, 300 something pounds, 300.
Well, we still got some options. Devon Dexter is still there. Pickens is still there.
I do not like these. I don't like the interior. I don't like those guys. I like Dexter's cool. Ojama was okay.
Yeah.
I think that this spot is a cornerback spot, bro. I feel like the cornerback would be a perfect sweet spot right here.
And then maybe
the only thing is
around
Trice is 147 for his ADP. That's the only thing. This would be possibly this is 3rd round, right? We could probably get him in the 4th.
Yeah, I mean we could wait. You
have a second, 3rd round pick coming as well.
Right.
Let's go.
And
Marvin Mims.
So we're going running back, tight end, and wide receiver?
I mean, I think if I'm taking a cornerback, it could possibly be Hodges Tomlinson. Or if I'm going defense, it would be defensive interior. You could go safety, but I don't think we need one because of Nick Scott. Edge, I don't think edge is really hitting on anything unless you thinking about like a Byron Young at this point.
Or you take your guard that you feel like.
I love Zavala, bro. I feel like he can get to the second level. He's an upgrade over a bunch of guys. Like Max Sharpen isn't beating out Zavala.
A.T. Perry. So we're going offense again with a guard.
I mean, that's who I like. Who do you like most out of everybody on this list? One of the wide receivers?
Honestly, I do. You don't like Dexter, though. I like Dexter. I like
who you like,
receivers. I like Zach Pickens.
I mean, I like
Riley Moss. Riley Moss is being slept on.
I like a lot of
really good.
I like a lot of these guys. I just like them later.
Mm-hmm.
Like at our next pick at 92, I wouldn't mind taking a lot of these dudes. Right now, we just moved out. We moved Jonah Williams, got this extra 3rd.
I would definitely take Marvin Mims right now, though. I would definitely, because I don't know if he's going to be there at the next pick. I would definitely take Marvin Mims. I would take Rasheed Rice, too. But
See, I just think the concept of taking running back, tight end, wide receiver is just nasty. Like, I mean, I like it as a
You want to
fan.
hang 40 on him?
I just don't think it's as practical, and you didn't do anything. And then by the time we get to our next pick, I just really feel like all these corners that we're looking at and the Sidney Browns of the world, they're going to be gone.
So I guess the question is, who's available at 90? Is a receiver you're going to want there, or is a corner?
Mims is ADP is 85.9. Rashee Rice, who I honestly would probably take before him, is 73. Hodges Tomlinson is 82. We're picking right now at 76, so the next one would be 90. And then you got Zavala is 96.
Yeah, I like get your guard right there. That's the next pick.
I think if you were to take somebody,
but he's the best offensive lineman on the board. He might go next.
He could go to the Seahawks.
He might be the best. Like look at the board coming up. You got the Rams with the next pick. Mm-hmm. They could literally go take the next pick because he's the best offensive lineman ready.
All right, clock is ticking on us. 1 minute.
We just totally walked past Nathaniel Dale too.
Yeah.
So who are you Ryan? You didn't say.
I think I would go with. I think there's going to be more options at receiver than there are corner at the end of this round. So I would probably. I would probably take Tomlinson here.
I could be on board with Tomlinson.
I'm with Tomlinson.
Let's get Tomlinson.
He's small as hell though, but I like him. He gets the turnovers. Mm-hmm. I mean, bro had I think I don't want to misquote anything on camera, but I believe he had 12 pass breakups. He's a dog. He's one of the doggiest dogs. 3 picks, like I said.
Worst incompletions, tops on the board here.
He had 14 coverage stops, 1 drop interception. He's primarily going to play, in the slot. On the outside. He has the ability to go in the slot, though, and I think that's where he's going to be in the NFL.
All right, so we'll take Tre'Vius Hodges Tomlinson and see how the board plays out here.
Let's go.
Spangle.
So Mims is still there. Jalen Duncan is one of the best tackles that are there.
Byron Young, Tolo, Rashee Rice. Damn,
the Ravens actually drafted.
Hey, Mims is still on the clock, bro.
Zach Pickens
and Zavala.
So you got Mims, you got Trice, you got Zavala.
I like Trice to double down in the 4th. Double down at corner.
Blake Freeland's still out there. Raleigh
I like
Moss is
Ivan Pace Jr. too because he gives you so much pass rush from.
He's gonna be there in the 5th.
Yeah. I like Andrew Voorhees. That's a guy I'm totally willing to redshirt.
See, Voorhees, you could redshirt, but you wouldn't get the value of having him if there was an injury at guard.
I think you're gonna get him in the 5th though.
Defensive interior is gonna get nasty. I don't think there's any good. I mean, I'm not really big on Kobe Turner. I would probably pick Mims and all of these guys over.
See, I think that at that point we're forcing just because off of need, and I'm not interested. I'm gonna just roll with the guys I got. We could come back after the draft and go get a guy after the June 1st cuts if it's gonna be like that. I'm not just trying to take guys just because. And then Cam Sample and Carter and all these dudes.
Zach Carter makes the leap, right, in his 2nd year. And you spent some significant draft capital on him the year before. So,
yeah, I don't like any of them.
The only thing is you could possibly get that with the cut downs, but you had DJ Hill playing an enormous amount of snaps. Hopefully Zach can bounce. But at this point, I'm not taking defensive interior. So we'll rest on the board. Unless it's Dante Stills, maybe a late round.
I was about to say I'll take a late flyer on these guys, but I don't think you got guys like Basham and stuff is a maybe borderline active, guy now. I don't think that any of these guys year 1 unseat them, and that's where I'm at with defensive edge. I feel like this is going to be a predominantly offensive draft, like I said, at the beginning of this offseason. And it should look like that. The Bengals filled in a lot of their holes on defense. You still got the June first
Marvin Mims.
I like the idea of doubling down at corner again. The cornerback room is kind of
Trice, yeah. To me, it's between those three: Marvin Mims, Trice, and Zavala. Those are the three that I'm looking at. Marvin Mims.
Marvin Wilson is a dog too.
Marvin Mims is a guy that could step in the event that TB doesn't come back, and you don't you actually have a weapon there. He also is a returner too.
Helps
so
the
he also
return
gives
game.
you special teams.
Simmons is
I would probably go with Marvin Mims. I would probably take the game. When's the next time we pick? I don't know what Trice is going to be there. He should, 92. Based on his ADP. But there's a chance. We know Mims isn't going to be there.
Zavala could be there based on.
Zavala might be going too.
So 31, sorry.
This is a tough one. But here's the thing. I would take Marvin Mims. And if you could guarantee me Voorhees, I would take that at like the next pick. But I would be Mims.
I'm gonna make one more case for Trice. 359 coverage snaps, only 1 touchdown allowed, 2 picks, 9 pass breakups, and a 51 passer rating allowed. His athletic traits and everything that are like with them are like pretty high tier. I just think that he's got the 1 pick 6. He's 6'3", 206, but just so you know, his RES score, he ran a
6'3", so he's a bigger guy.
Bro, his arm length, all these different things. His 40-yard dash isn't the greatest. It's 4.47. His 20-yard split is what I thought brought him down. But his bench press, his weight, his broad jump, all that is his 3-cone, his shuttle, all that at the highest tier. He has a RES score of 9.63, like in the 90-something percentile. He like 6'3", 206 pounds.
So if we don't take Marvin Mims, what receivers are left? Like if we pass on him for Trice,
you're gonna most likely lose Michael Wilson.
ATP.
Yeah, wide receivers fall.
Yeah.
And oof.
I mean, I would take Riley Moss still. Like
I'm with Mims. I
wouldn't mind taking. Eli Ricks is still there too.
And look, Mims. Look, we can go get Voorhees maybe a little bit later too.
Yeah,
we could get Mims.
You good with Mims?
I'm good with Mims.
All right.
He does something for our offense that we currently don't have too. He has the ability to go in the slot and run verticals and stretch the field, just like I talk about that greatest show on turf Rams team that used Akeem in that same role. Marvin Mims can do a lot of that stuff for you with your Isaac Bruce and your Torrey Holt on the outside, which would be Jamar Chase and T.
All right, so we'll make the pick here. Marvin Mims is your newest Cincinnati Bengal.
We are loaded up. If this happened in real life, everybody would be we would be the most feared team in the NFL. We're scoring. Hell, Jahmyr Gibbs, Tucker Kraft, and Mims. We're scoring. We're scoring points. Do we need to pause do we need to move up to get anybody? Is there anyone that you're thinking that you just saw that you think?
Hit pause on this. What?
Roshan to
the just gonna say
Trice.
I was just gonna say let's trade with the Jags and go get
Trice is gone.
All right. And I also saw Eli Ricks is gone. Let me see corner real quick. I thought that there were some other options that we didn't originally see.
A Kobe Turner.
Let's see. We could Riley Moss.
We can go get Riley Moss.
I like Riley Moss.
We could double down at corner. I think doubling down at corner is something I've really been like I like it. Mm-hmm. Although I believe in Awuzie a lot, I just think that, and I think there's a chance he could come back, but a lot of times the corners, like one of them get dinged up or they don't pan out. Right. Giving yourself 2 shots at the position is an amazing thing. And I think with the stuff that we did earlier in the draft, it gives you the ability to do it. The one thing I will say is that we didn't get better offensive line or defensive line so far in this draft.
Let's see. So you got
Ojamo,
you got Ivan Pace, you got Braden Daniels.
I feel like Ivan Pace is a pick that if you feel like things aren't going well with Logan Wilson's
Contract extension.
Yeah.
But I got Bailey, and I still got ADG. I'm not.
See, I was thinking about taking Blake Freeland like later.
Is he
like,
still
he's
there?
a project guy. He must have went because he was there at the last pick. But he
I
must
would
have
have took
went.
him. I'd have taken him in the 4.
Yeah.
Riley Moss is a good pick. If we didn't get Jahmyr Gibbs, I start looking at guys like Deuce Vaughn and some of these running backs.
Well, look at Bandy Kanda would have been here in the 4th.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, I got Jahmyr Gibbs. It's like,
Right.
I like Yasser Abdullah, the edge from Louisville. I think that this would be a little too early for him.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind trading out of this and getting back because there's like, the one thing I will say is trenches wise, we've done nothing. So now we have the most weapons, but we've done nothing. I just want to note that.
I don't like Saldivari. Let's see what we got in the offensive line. And
I like Ojomo though.
Let's see tackle and let's see internal. I think at this point you're probably looking at internal. I mean, Braden Daniels is there. I
don't like any of these guys.
Jake Witt is, I think, a guy that they met with that's like a developmental tackle. Now,
can I say
that they could take a developmental guy late?
Can I see the interior offensive line, the guards?
Is Voorhees there?
He went pretty early in the round.
All right, Juice Scruggs isn't bad. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, Scruggs isn't.
Scruggs
isn't bad. Scruggs would beat out what's the Trey Hill? Yeah, he would beat him.
So for me, it's Scruggs.
Scruggs.
It's between Scruggs and Riley Moss. So don't forget, we don't have an outside corner. We got the inside corner. We don't got the outside corner.
That's a tough one, bro. Can I see the overall one more time?
Yeah, let's see overall.
Stand by here.
Oof.
Sydney, so I like Ojomo too, though. I don't think he beats out any of them dudes though. Like I feel like
I don't either. I agree.
That's the only thing with him. I mean, I'm with Riley Ross or Scruggs. I like Scruggs.
Which one you going with? Which one you be the deciding factor?
Ryan.
Oh no, this is your guys. This is your guys pick. Your consensus.
All right.
You want to do a rock paper scissors shoot?
Let's do it.
All right. I'm representing Scruggs.
All right.
You're representing who?
Moss. Let's go.
And we're going on shoot. We're going on shoot.
Okay. Yeah. Rock. Paper. Scissors.
Shoot.
Got me. So we're going Scruggs.
Juice Scruggs from Penn State.
Yep.
All right.
So we're beefing up at the center position. It's not my favorite pick.
Riley right.
Moss or Jomo both go back to back.
Right.
Kobe Turner's gone. Deuce Vaughn goes to the Colts.
Brandon Strange. Zach Kuntz.
There's your tight end. You could have doubled down with Zach Kuntz. He goes.
But I'm doubling down with Irv Smith and Kraft, though. Raheem Jarrett just goes. Sean Tucker goes to the 49ers. Woo, that's a nasty fit right there. Yasser Abdullah, we just missed him.
Now we definitely got Ivan Pace on the board.
I like Pace, and I like Sid, and I'm not mad at So at this spot either. Israel Bandakanda in the 5th is nasty.
Alan Thomas.
I know.
Bandakanda, Joe Mix.
ETR is my guy to play quarterback, a backup quarterback, but I would wait till the 6th on him. But man, that's the prototype for what I think the Bengals would need as a backup quarterback.
John
Just so we know, Ryan's on the West Coast, everybody.
But I'm a USC guy, so
that hurt me.
I ain't mad at the quarterback. Ensign Bennett. Oh, Bryce Ford Wheaton. Oh, we got the wide receiver though.
I mean, I might take Pace, bro. In this scenario,
I like Ivan Pace in that same scenario too.
I think Ivan Pace has to be the pick here.
Yeah, I like Pace.
I'm taking Ivan Pace.
I like the quarterback idea, Ryan. I want to come back to that in the 6th. If Dorian Thompson is still there, I'm taking him in the 6th.
So now we've identified a guy that we really like in the next round. Where would you think that we would start to talk about how many picks in? 10 picks in, and he's still available. We start.
Yeah. Okay. So and then another thing I'm telling you, I'm targeting a punter in the 7th as well. Don't we? Hold on, we got 3 more picks.
Yeah, 2 more after this one.
This will be on pace, and it'll be 2 left.
I like the kid Turk is the punter in the 7th. I don't know if he'll still be there.
Right.
Fajoko is still there.
I would take the quarterback and the punter as the last 2 picks if they're still there.
Let's go. So we're going Ivan Pace in the 5th. We'll pick 163.
So
Fajoko goes to the Chiefs. Abandon Kanda.
All right, Raiders are on the clock. They need a quarterback. So there needs a quarterback.
And the Colts need a quarterback, and the Buccaneers need to come. There's a lot of
Colts
teams.
drafted a quarterback in the 1st round. They drafted Will Levis.
Okay.
So we don't have to offer a trade here, but it seems like the Raiders took Anthony Richardson, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, they took Anthony Richardson. They did.
So really, we're looking at teams like the Bucks, who could take.
So on PFF's board currently right now, because I don't know if y'all saw this, Stetson Bennett is there too.
Is that a guy you would like to? You would like backing up Burrow?
He's old as hell, but I feel like he's a little
I don't
bit
think
more.
age. I wouldn't. I don't.
It's
know
not-
how much
yeah.
age matters for a backup.
Right. Because he's coming in as a backup. I feel like he's a gamer. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. I think he's an upgrade over Brandon Allen slightly. I think your guy has more upside though, and I like that.
What would we be able to trade up though? It would be future
We have
picks.
to trade
We really got
future
the 2.
picks.
Yeah, we have to trade a future pick. Is there someone worth moving up to get a?
I don't know that I don't know that I would trade a future pick to grab a backup quarterback. I think we just see how the board.
Let's see how it falls.
All right, we'll resume the draft.
So far in this whole entire mock draft, if you're following, the only trade that we made is Jonah Williams to the Patriots for a 3rd round pick, and we used that to draft a wide receiver. Stetson Bennett, Dorian Thompson, he's out of there. He goes to the Titans.
I don't know.
So we're
Trading
straight.
Redmond, that's crazy.
It looks like he has good variety.
So where we going?
Will Mallory.
Bryce Ford Wheaton.
The Ravens have, I think, drafted 3 receivers in this.
As they should. Keaton Mitchell.
All right. Well, you've got some interior help here with John Gaines. You've got the quarterback from Fresno State,
Dante Stills. I want Dante Stills based off of
Go Stills. Go Stills. Or Sovah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, the names here.
Desjuan Johnson. Hold on. They met with Desjuan Johnson. He's like a 3-tech. I would probably still go Dante Stills, but Desjuan I wouldn't mind either.
What do you think, Zim?
I think he stepped away.
I like the defensive interior that you just pointed out. I feel like
Dante Stills or Desjuan?
Dante Stills.
Okay. Dante Stills.
And I'm coming back for that punter in the 7th though.
Yeah.
I like Turk.
Good.
It's a good draft. I don't think PFF is going to grade it that well.
Well, we did
give Brandon Allen a call back to see he's
I
doing.
mean, I feel like we addressed all of their they said our needs were.
Right.
We'll see.
You said Brandon Allen going to be a little pissed that we tried to go get a quarterback?
I think they just might be giving him a call, asking him like, "Hey, you got anything going on this fall?" There's the Warren McClendon pick, the tackle from Georgia, that's kind of got like some buzz recently. Trey Dean's a guy I like here. He just went to the Steelers.
Warren McClendon would have been good. I like him, and I like Duncan for Maryland. Have y'all noticed how many players Maryland has? Y'all know that they have the number 1 kicker as well, too?
You said Turk, right?
Yeah. He's still there?
Yep. Let's
Yeah,
go ahead
Mike
and get
Turk.
him.
Yeah,
All
Michael
right.
Turk, Oklahoma. He got the ties with, Orlando Brown, Mixon, Cody Ford, Oklahoma ties. Taking a punter, not playing around with it. We're not kicking to the center of the field in AFC Championship games. How about that?
Yeah, we need a punter, man. We need to definitely get that field position right. Might have to circle back on Trevor Siemian,
All right.
Trevor Simmons.
There's the punter.
Desjuan, somebody took Desjuan. The Chiefs took Desjuan. What they know about Desjuan, man?
Trey Tucker goes to the Packers, right? Almost as Mr. Irrelevant. And that's a guy that I would have took a flyer on at the end. I'd have brought him in as a UDFA. I knew that they were going great. They like that Jahmyr Gibbs pick.
Well, we got a B.
Yeah,
They're
some late
very
pick.
against running backs in the first round.
Right, and I thought the Scruggs pick. If there was a pick in the whole entire mock that I just thought, was it had value to it. It just didn't have as much. Was the Scruggs pick, but I do think for our team it does put us in a better position as a backup in the successor to
Sure.
Ted Karras. That's more of a future pick. For the when Ted Karras isn't there, but you got a depth piece in Scruggs. He's one of the best centers. Him, Oluwatimi, there's only like 3 centers that I really even watch tape on. So I like the pick. I just don't love it. All the rest of them, I thought we could.
Yeah. Scruggs, I think,
It's like a
was
Bengals
just
draft where it's a little light in the trenches and extra emphasis at the skill positions.
We're putting 40 up a game though. Jahmyr Gibbs, Tucker Kraft, Marvin Mims. That's a haul.
I think I want to hear from you guys what you think. I think what we learned is by taking the running back in the first round, we still came back to other rounds going like, oh, there's a running back I really like or a guy that I think fits. So do you risk taking or not so much risk, but do you take the guy early knowing that there's so much?
I personally have no problem with them taking Jahmyr Gibbs,
Right.
Because he's a specific type of running back. The other guys, there were other guys there, but I don't think that they offered the receiver flexibility that
That's
Gibbs offers in the passing game.
My only gripe with Gibbs pick in this mock is that we did nothing on the offensive line except hope that La'el Collins returns to form and hope that Jonah Williams is the right. We traded away Jonah.
We moved on it. We got him out of there.
That's a little nasty, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the same people that are complaining about like they don't like certain things about Mason. I think you're gonna get some of those same things because you didn't really do anything.
But you got a 3rd round pick for him. I think if you get a 3rd round for Jonah, considering that that guys went for like 5th, like sure. But I think if you did get a 3rd pick for Jonah, you are holding out hope that maybe Jackson Carman and Cody Ford or somebody else can hold it down for the meantime. And then you actually add more flexibility to putting Scruggs down there in the depth. I don't know. The one thing we didn't touch on is guard depth, though. That's the only thing. Yeah. We don't have any.
I think Scruggs has some versatility.
Maybe Scruggs has some versatility.
I don't think the Bengals. I think the Bengals. It wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world for them to go Jahmyr Gibbs. The more and more I look at this and I think about it, like the Hodges Thomason, that one makes sense or whatever. The Tucker Kraft pick is more like I think I influenced it a lot more because I know in my mind there's the 2 tight ends at the top. You got Mayer and Kincaid. My rationale and thought is Tucker Kraft isn't that much different or less than Kincaid. Is like now he's smaller, but he gives you receiving the football. Now the talent level, I don't know. It's not the same level.
Just make it clear. he's not Drew Sample. A lot of Bengals fans are going to have second round tight end PTSD. Mm-hmm. He is not Drew Sample in any way. They're not the same type of player.
No, this is a receiving threat. This is a major receiving threat. Like, you watch him in
I like him, but I don't know if I like him like that, man. I think he is good. I think he is closer to the top that Zim is saying. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's the guy that, like, I can see in the foreseeable future, like, if Irv Smith moves on, I don't know if he's the guy that can just break it open like a Michael Mayer or a Dalton Kincaid or one of those guys. I like him, but I don't know.
I think, you know what, and this is what I was trying to do, but as soon as we picked Gibbs, like, I was going to say, Ryan, pause.
Yeah.
And before I even said it, it was DeJuan Jones, Darnell Washington right off the board. Because what I was going to do is say, and I actually tweeted this week, I said, you could get me on board with Jahmyr Gibbs, but you got to come up and make the offensive line, and you got to systematically say, hey, look, we're going to run the football a little bit more this year, guys, and this is how we're going to do it. And I thought that the Darnell Washington pick paired up with Gibbs is probably a little bit better. I think Kraft and Gibbs is a little.
I still like the draft, though. You talk about Gibbs, I like it. Kraft, Hodges Tomlinson, and Mims. That's a pretty good. And you really like Ivan Pace. Like, there's a lot of impact. We kind of talked about that, right? Like, guys that could make an impact, pretty soon. I think Ivan Pace, Marvin Mims, special teams already. Dante Stills gives you another guy in there who actually had, I think, the second most sacks per average in terms of defensive tackles. So that was great value there. Tucker Kraft, you know that he can pretty much do both. So you got a solid guy that can come in there. And then Hodges Tomlinson, the interesting thing about him is, even though he's a smaller guy, he's kind of like that honey badger where you can move him around. You might even be able to throw him at safety at some points if you want to mix up looks. And then Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. They might be mad we got rid of Jonah, though.
I'm going to tell you another thing with Kraft, too, is and a lot of scouts, and this is just like a couple of different ones, but I wrote down notes on some of my favorite ones. And Kraft is one of my favorite ones, but he's excellent as both a run and pass blocker and as a mauler in the run game. Now, him being in line, I think you have the ability to do it, but in my mind, I don't look at him like how I look at how Mayer is. Like, Mayer's like a little bit more like stronger when he has to push guys back. But Kraft is really good in that regard, and he can really catch. If he goes to the right team, I think a lot of people are going to be surprised with that one. I thought the Mims pick, was really, really good because it's something that the Bengals don't have right now, where you got this field stretching fast dude that can line up like in multiple spots too. I like that pick a lot.
Yeah, right. I think if those four, bro, that's a solid four to walk out of this draft with.
Ivan Pace is the line. Yeah, you're not re-signing Logan Wilson. You're going.
To me, this is better than a B or whatever they gave us. Because I think Drew Scruggs too is very underrated. I know our guy Game On talks about him a lot. But, he's a guy that for what the Bengals need as far as a backup, that would definitely serve a purpose as well.
I think Darren Simmons is the happiest guy on the planet with this draft because he gets his punter, he gets his return guy.
Yep, and you also get $12 million off the books. Don't forget that, guys. Because say, for instance, Jonah isn't the starter, you're paying $12 million for a backup off the bench. And then
you are
Lyle back.
You are. I'm about to say you're banking on Lyle making it. The one thing I don't like too. I always want to replace, like, I don't want Sharpen like as the next man up, but I think that Carmen probably surprises some people this year. The depth on this team is there. You still got Deontay. You still got some guys there that can play ball like in the depth spots. It's just a starting five. You're looking at now at right tackle. You didn't get one in the draft. Yeah. So now what's your plan?
I mean, so you still got cut down days. You still got all of that still in the mix. So for me, I would think my plan would probably be start Jackson Carman. I don't know until Lyle comes back.
Yep.
If that doesn't work out, you also use Cody Ford at tackle or swing guard. Like if he needs to step in for Sharpen or something like that, You could do that as well. And then cut down days. Somebody's going to get cut. Veteran that's probably like, hey, I don't want to spend my time in a rebuild, might ask for a cut or something like that you could also plug over there or any other position.
If they were able to get a pay cut from anybody or whatever, I think a guy like Dalton Risner is still out there. And like I've always said this, you go to the draft and you're not reaching, like we saw some guys that we like, it came off the board, it happens. I think you could come back to a guy like that. I remember when they got Riley Reef, like you can kind of do some things like that to like make sure that you're making safe bets, putting in waiver claims like they've done on like they did for Max Sharpen. Those things you're not ruling out.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to wrap up our mock draft. I hope you guys enjoyed that. But that doesn't mean the draft is over. Thursday night, the Wincinnati YouTube channel. Join us. It is our 2023 Wincinnati Draft Party Extravaganza. Special guests include DJ Reader, defensive tackle, Cincinnati Bengals, former Bengals offensive coordinator Hugh Jackson, so many more, so many of your favorite people in the local Cincinnati media, so many of your favorite fans of the team, all of our friends. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be from 7 p.m. to the conclusion of the draft. So you'll get full analysis of the Bengals pick at what we think is 28, unless they move around.
Can I say this too? There are some people in here that's going to speak. Like there's a guy, a lot of people do not know about EA. I've been talking about him for a while. There's a guy, a brilliant football mind that I think is going to be so important to the Bengals community. You got people like Yaz, our sis, who we love dearly, recovered from like a lot of the different things that she's gone through. She hasn't really talked that much on here. She told me she's got to do some stuff, but she's going to, check in. You got Lindsey Patterson to the world. You got Blake Jules. You got all these different people that are going to be on there. So you do not want to miss this. This is going to be going the whole entire day, the 4 hours, and we're going to be rotating in and out. It's going to be wild. You got to have a drink with us.
All right, any final thoughts, Ace?
No, sir. Get ready for this draft, and let's get some more Bengals onto the roster.
Yes, Sirski.
Yes, Sirski. Hello, world. We got a special show, as always. TJ Hoops, Jimmy Chang, Coach Jimmy Burrow.
How do you balance being a professional athlete and family option? He's the top 5 Bengals all time. Yeah, shocking world.